And we are back live. It's a Dave and Molly show, but it's Dave, Ken, and Molly. This is Dave, Ken, and Molly's Christmas Fun. And we have Amy here from Vanessa Behan.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got to see you last year, too.
Yes, you did.
And we
I got to see you.
yeah. And
Yes.
so you probably know there's something great that's going to happen. But this is, we're not just going to have you on a Thursday show. Just
No, we'd never do that. By the way, we're live on Facebook right now on the Dave and Molly page. So if you've ever wanted to see what the studio looks like while we're doing our America studio, then this is it. Exactly what we get.
And I know we always do this, but I think it's good for people to hear. Tell everybody the mission of Vanessa Behan, how it started, and why it is what it is.
Yeah, I always have to go back to the beginning of how we started, which is always hard to hear and to tell. But we got started because of a little girl named Vanessa Behan who died of child abuse-related injuries when she was 15 days past her second birthday. Everything we learned about Vanessa was through an autopsy, which you can imagine is a horrible way to learn about anybody. Evidence of hair pulling and twisting, cigarette burns, fractures in multiple phases of healing, and no evidence that she'd ever been treated by a doctor, so never been seen. So a pretty tragic life and a very tragic death. And our founder, Bill Olkowski, watching this play out in the media, said, basically, not in my backyard. I don't want my children to be raised in a community where something like this happens, and so how can I get involved on the side of prevention? Not after the harm has happened, but before it can happen. And how can we support children and families? And that's really where we got our start. So we really are all about giving children a space and supporting parents in their hardest times. And kids can come and stay with us for up to 72 hours, anytime between birth and 12, and just giving them normal childhood experiences and pouring into them while we're supporting the parents, because the hope is to keep children and families together to the best of our ability.
Safety, security.
You got it. Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a break too, and that's what leads that when you're at your breaking point. Parenting is hard.
It's really hard.
It is.
You have a support system.
Yes.
We do find a lot of our families are dealing with their own childhood trauma, and they desperately don't want to pass that on to their children. None of us do. But how do you give your children something you were never given? So we're really trying to help support parents and lift them up and give them the tools, kind of parents while we're parenting the kids at the same time. And then we have parents who maybe they have a death in the family, or somebody winds up in the hospital, or a flood in their house, and they don't have somebody to take their children while they're dealing with this other thing.
And that's where you guys
It doesn't
come
mean
in.
that can just be a great place.
And this all started in 1987.
Yeah, Vanessa died in 82, and it took 5 years to get our doors open. But 87, you're right.
And then you were in one building, and I remember when you moved to the new building. I remember touring that. That was super cool and everything. The old building, we were there earlier this week. Maddie's house.
Yeah, and Maddie's place. Yes.
Maddie's place. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Maddie's place.
Yes, that place is amazing.
It was so cool to work with Tricia and her team when they first were trying to get started, and they came to us and said, we'd love to have your building. Can you hold off for a year while we raise the money? So it was a really fun partnership, and so nice to see that building go to another nonprofit that's doing good in our community.
And they are doing great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. One of my biggest thrills over the last couple of weeks is just touring the facilities and Maddie's place and all places, and how passionate the volunteers and workers, and it's great.
You guys have great volunteers too, right?
Yeah.
We really do. We're very, very fortunate. Spokane is a really good, unique place. I mean, I think we're a very big city with a very small town feel.
Yeah, we were saying that how many unique different nonprofits here, and through what we're doing this year, people are learning about things they had never heard about. Maddie's Place being one of them. Parasport Spokane. Some people hadn't heard of Dignified Workday. People hadn't heard of, and these are all unique to Spokane. So we're proud of that, and we want to help you this year.
That's
This
true.
is how we
Look
want
what
to-
happens now.
Oh,
Hang on.
look at it.
Hot.
We look at
Ta-da!
it. Yay.
That's so awesome.
All the viewers can see it
Yeah.
right there.
Mhm.
It's large, a large check.
We love those large checks.
Yeah.
No cash very well. But
Pretty
cool looking.
It's hard to take that through the drive-thru.
We
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
I'll try again.
Well, we got the real one coming. So,
Yes.
but I know we got to do this last year. We were actually up in our other studio when you came to visit, and then now you're here in this. But our plan, moving forward, there's going to be a few groups that every year we're going to try and help out, and then we're also going to just sprinkle in some new places that we find out about, and that that need help. I know you guys are always, and you guys are very good about spending your money. You have the right ways. You have good connections and
Thank
stuff.
you. We're privately funded,
Yeah.
so it's things like this that allow it to happen, right? We're not getting those federal funds or our state funds.
Grants.
Right.
Yeah.
We're getting privately funded grants and the individuals in this community that really allow us to do what we do. And we have a gap, right? We're serving about 7,000 kids, but there's 4,000 every year right now that we're saying no to because we don't have the finances. We have the building, we have the space. And you can imagine how hard it is to say to a child,
Yeah.
hey, hold on while we adults figure out what we're doing here.
Right.
Yeah.
And we know that we're missing huge gaps. 90% of brain development is happening in those first 5 years. So when we say no to a kid, we're missing an opportunity. So things like this are really helping us close that gap and say yes to more kids. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for everything you
Yeah, you guys are important to our community, long term.
Well, same with you guys. So standing here.
Thank you.
We're still here.
Yeah.
Still doing things.
Yes.
Looking as young as ever.
Oh, yes.
And I did want to mention, we talked about this a little bit off the air, but we have a long history going all the way back to the early 90s. And some of our listeners will remember that Ken and I, we did our first CD. It was
The in Dave Kendon?
no, that was
Dave the
Dazed and
Confused.
confused.
Get it?
yeah, Dave and
Yes.
Ken. Yeah.
It was very fun.
Yeah, yes, right. We thought we were so funny. And so we put out the CD, and then that was, we raised money for Vanessa Behan at that time.
Right.
It was $10,000. And you guys, it was a lot of money. And it was before we started Christmas Wish. So it was, it was like, so that was the money. And then you guys were very nice. I still have the little glass.
The little award that we
Yeah, which was super cool.
Yeah, at that time, like you said, you were just started. I'm sure we talked about you and tugged at our hearts and thought, what better place back in the day?
Nice to have that history.
Yeah.
Are you going to share that who you outbeat with that, the sales of that?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, Dave.
Well,
It's
that-
that local sale.
Yes.
In the
Well,
Amazing.
in the Inlander every week, and I think they did it in the Spokesman review. Actually, it might have been the Spokesman. But anyway, they would always they would have the Hastings top 10 albums of the week, and this was all based on sales. There was no surveys or anything.
Right.
And I think 2 or 3 weeks in a row, we were number one. It was a seasonal thing.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember sending the clip to my dad. He was like, just keeping him updated on everything. And he says, oh yeah, and I saw that you guys were the number one CD, and you beat out Snoop Dogg. It was, it's like, well, no, I think it's
just
Snoop
one dog.
Yes.
You beat Snoopy.
Yeah. So yeah, I still have those clips too. So yeah, so that was we sold CDs and cassette tapes back in the day.
Back when CDs were new,
Mhm.
we still had a lot of cassette players.
Yeah. Then we had another one, the N. Dave Kendon's Day.
Right.
And then the one where Molly joined us, it was the Dave Ken and Molly 2000.
Right.
And it was very clever because it had the 2000 and
Yeah.
then and all of the zeros, our heads were in there.
Yeah.
All three of our heads. Yeah, we popped in.
That was
Pretty
like a
exciting.
time
And that was for Christmas Wish. We read
Yeah,
that.
yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Later. And we sold a lot of those too.
Yes, we did.
Really fun.
Right. There was a bootleg CD in there.
That's
too.
right. Later we did
Years
that.
later, back when the rules started changing us about.
Yeah.
So anyway, well,
Thank you.
always good to see you.
Yes.
We truly appreciate what you do for the community, and I hope this will help.
I absolutely will. Appreciate all
All
you
right.
do.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amy. All right, after a break, we're back. We'll wrap things up here. And Ken's going to be here tomorrow, too, right?
Yeah. Hey, why not? It's a Friday.
Oh, we're going to wrap up the video. We're
Yeah,
wrapping up the
you're
video.
wrapping up the video.
We're all waving to the video.